Bad lights, bad camera, bad everything. But we're here. We're doing it. It's the Junkyard Live. It wouldn't be the Junkyard without constant issues. Oh boy. There we go. Oh, I can zoom in. Sweet. Alright. Gee whiz. Alright. What's up? So bright. What's up, y'all? Can you hear me? There's a little delay in the chat, so let me know if you can hear me pretty good. What's up, Maul? Nix, what's up? Shoot, I got my little cuppies here. Sweet, what's going on, dude? It's been a while. How are you? So we got black paint. We got the gray paints. We got one brown paint. I'm totally missing the other one. This is a terrible way to start a stream, completely unprepared. Well, I guess I could technically use this stuff. It's the same color, but this is the super duper expensive paint, and I wanted the kind of medium range paint. So, also if you heard my 3D printer in the background, I thought it was good ambiance for this type of stream. Doing good, man. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad you came by, dude. So in this stream, which I'm going to try to do at least once a week now, is I'll be working on this, which is going to be for a One Piece thing, and a Popeye, because I got a Popeye figure from Mezco yesterday, and I wanted it for a long time. So we'll be painting the boat. We'll be, oh shit, I'll edit that out. We'll be fixing the dock that broke. And then we'll be weathering the street scene and adding the concrete texture to this. And we'll be adding all these fun little posters I made. We got my pickle brand. We got Winky Dinky the plumber. These are some ideas I came up with just for fun. Old logos, screwing around. And we got some band logos, papers, flyers. We got missing people like Earl Stankins. He's missing. And Greg, the lost cat. And it says he's mean as hell. So. And these are some like band posters for venues, but I came up with some like pretty weird names like Long Taint and Duck Butter and the McGee's. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be adding those with Mod Podge and water. We probably won't finish this at all today just because those things are required to dry. Then I gotta top coat everything. But the whole idea is we're gonna get the main thing is we're gonna get the concrete texture down and the weathering, like the running soot and grime. I couldn't find my weathering kit, so we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. Why not, right? So for now, I need to find that brown paint real quick, so give me one quick second. This is a terrible way to start. I swear to God, I thought I had that out here. No, but I got this yellow. Actually, I know where it's at. Give me 1 second. Sorry, this is a prototype stream. I gotta run to my office across the house and grab it because it's on my desk. You're back. Sorry about that. We needed this one. This one was the most important. So this color, I don't know if you can see, I'm out of breath from running. I'm fat, trying to lose weight. Is the base color of this like really dark, and then I went in with this one is going to do like the wood grains, or my attempt to wood grains. So we're gonna do this and that. Yeah, this is gonna be for the Spider-Man review. I have 2 of these. The other one's already done, so they're gonna be kind of like, think of it like this. It's the best I can. I know the camera's not the best anyway. So it's gonna be like this, and the other one's gonna be over here, and there's gonna be a slight gap between the 2 that's gonna look like probably the alleyway until I figure out something else that's forced perspective. But it gives the reviews a more physical, like movie set piece look, and I really wanted to do that for a long time. So that's kind of the main reason why I got into building 1/12 scale dioramas, was so I could have not only cool stuff for my shelf setups, but like when I do reviews, because I really like making them, that my style is more unique than most people's, because a lot of people do they're either the turntable, which is cool, and then they have their boxes back there, which is cool, or they do like the colored backgrounds, like with diffused light and rotations, and then they show their face and talk a lot. And so that's kind of what I was gonna do. The graffiti I do plan on trying to do. That's why I brought all these out, but you might get to see me ruin that live and in person. Like, oh, he can't tag to save his life. So I'll need some paper towels for dry palette, because that's important. So let's get going on this boat. So I'm also gonna probably break this live up into actual content, because that'd be smart instead of stressing myself out, because I'm still aiming for 1,000 subs. And honestly, I want to say, oh shoot, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for seriously being super supportive all this time. Like, I am really grateful for it. So if I could give you guys something, I would, but I don't know how, because it's YouTube. So, but anyway, this 3D print took about 5.5 hours. It's actually this big, and I scaled the shit out of it, and I put Luffy in it, and it was like perfect. So we're gonna just lay this stuff on pretty thick, but we're gonna go, I think, with the inside first. So, and it's gonna be all right if we have some spacing, and you see right there where it's darker in some spots and lighter. Like, we want that effect, because when I go in and blend this in and do a black wash, which will be just water and black acrylic paint, the black will get into the grooves and give it some shadows, and that's a cool like model building technique. So at first, this doesn't need to be like the most beautiful thing, and that's the cool thing about diorama building sometimes, and shading, is your first layers can be absolutely sloppy as hell. No, I did not sand it. Could have, but I kind of wanted it to look like so this was a resin print design. I used the FDM printer, the filament, and so you have like some like splitting of the layer lines, because also this was not, it was supposed to be much smaller and more detailed, and I used a 0.6 nozzle, which is generally got a higher flow rate from what I've come to understand, even though I'm still fairly new at printing and 3D, or doing 3D printing. But it worked out, because it gives the boat that kind of like beat up crappy look. So that's kind of what I was going for, and it worked out. I get lucky, I guess. So, but I should have got a bigger paintbrush for this. But I think the hardest part for me is gonna be getting in here on this rope, because not painting it, but the color. Splinters and warp boards, exactly. Maul knows what's up. He took the words. He knew what I was thinking. He knew what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, Maul, you've been doing stop motions. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen any post anything or anything. So if you have, my bad. I'll have to go out of my way and look for your stuff. But your stuff was getting smooth and clean, brother. I was really impressed. That's saying a lot, because I'm not impressed by nothing. It's a joke. But no, it was impressive. It even made me reconsider how I did mine, because I was like, I know I could do it that smooth. It's just I like to get mine done fast. So yeah, man, I've been working on one. Haven't posted anything in a while. I'm working on a beach project. Oh, that's good. And now my cat's banging on the door, so I might have to stop for a quick second and let him out here, because he's my #1 detractor. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Go lay down. You're all right, dude. Go lay, Maxwell. Go lay down. He likes to be out here. It reminds him of outside, so. But he hasn't figured out the cat door yet. He just beats on it. And it flops back and forth. And, bro, really? Get down. No, get down. Thank you. He almost... I thought he stepped in the paint. I was like, oh, God. But that's Max for you, so... But, yeah, he does that. I'm not even joking you. It's funny because he hasn't done it in a long time. So it was actually kind of nice. I mean, I'll be real. For a minute, my heart started to race like, oh, bro, come on. But it's like part of this little universe I got going on here. So it was nice. Yeah, he's been having his moments since when I moved. So his sister, she acclimated faster than we thought she would. So when I told him to get down, he just looked at me and he was like, okay, bye now. So I'm surprised I didn't have to like, give him a nice nudge, like get out of here. So plus I didn't really want to work and stare at a cat's booty hole the whole time, because it was like right there in front of me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You need to get down, dude. So and now he's trying to go back inside. Bro, this guy's something else. He's like, oh, you're streaming? You haven't streamed in how many months? Oh, forget that. So what I did do with this, though, is I was going to prime it, but I've been having some issues with my primer out of the cans being really sticky. Days later, what's up, bud? And I really didn't want to mess with that, so I just grabbed I have a can of matte top coat or flat, and I just sprayed it, and that honestly works like a primer. So this stuff will stick to it just fine. But it was easier to do that than to prime it, because I knew the primer wouldn't dry. For whatever reason, I just can't. Of course, he's playing games. Okay, cool. I'll check him out when I'm done with this dude. Yeah, my animations have been kind of, aiming to get a plot point done, but nothing in depth or crazy. I think when I have more of these sets and stuff built, I'm going to try to do my my story that I had come up with. It was originally called Detective Trunks, but Trunks' personality didn't fit the main character very well. So, and besides, the coat I bought for my Trunks figure looked better on Sanji, so it's Detective Sanji. And that's my it's the Detective Sanji and the I forget the title, but it has to do with food, of course. I love animating. I'm just glad you got into it, and you did so well with it so easily. That was like really cool to see. Like I was like, damn, this is like smooth quality stuff. I remember that. If I'm remembering correctly, you did one with Cotton with Smoke, and I thought that was like, I was sitting there like, whoa, dude, like, I gotta try that. And then the second part was like, do I have the patience to try that? So I was really impressed with that. I think you should, when you got time, because I'm sure you're busy, keep working on that stuff. I mean, see, it's starting to look like a chocolate boat, so. And like I said, we don't need it to be like super consistent. But I will say with this print, the one thing that drove me nuts is it had me put supports in it because these things are, I don't know if you can see from the angle, but there's actually a space under here. So that I had it on auto, so it it basically added in automatic supports instead of me painting them on, which I probably should have done. There were so many little ones, and I had let this go overnight, so when it finished, it came out in the morning, and it was like, it's cold, so the supports were so hard to get off. I actually had to bust out a pair of pliers, and it was quite an ordeal. I remember it took me a sore wrist and about 2 10-minute sessions because I was working, so. I almost feel like I should pour some water in this thing to loosen it up. But right now I'm printing a Pirate's perforator or a flintlock gun. And I'm printing the one in a light wood color with a heavy dark metal barrel with silver hardware. And then the other one's going to be a dark wood handle with a silver barrel and dark metal hardware with an extended barrel, and I'm going to name them either Hopes and Dreams or Lady in the Tramp, because all my miniature 3D printed weapons have to have funny names. Like the weapon from Final Fantasy VIII, I called it, because it's the gun blade, and Squall's its user, so I call it Small Squall, but SMOL. But yeah. Hopes and Dreams is a good one. Yeah, I found this. I had to pay for the files, but I joined as like a what's it called? A membership, because you get so many downloads. And I thought they were just the coolest thing. And they needed no supports. They were designed really well by these people. The Kit Kiln, if anyone happens upon this live later, the Kit Kiln on things.com. That was they got some cool little. Their figures are kind of They're like weird looking Lego men, but they're fun little cosplay weapons. They're like chibi weapons. They're really cool and they're just fun. In fact, I'll probably post a short tomorrow with all of them. Like I'll do that whole like, what's it called? The choose your character from Smash Bros with the song, and then I'll like, show each different one with their weird funny name. Do they only make weapons? No, actually they have I printed an AT-ST from Star Wars. It's about, I want to say in scale, it's freaking tall. Once I'm done painting this, I'll go grab it and show you. Or I'll post it in a short. Or maybe I'll do a Star Wars short. Do some photography or something. But it's pretty big. It's like that. So I think it goes to scale with like the vintage collection. But I did the math on it, and for me to make it like 1/12 scale, it would be like, my printer couldn't even print the head by itself. I'd have to like modify the files so much, and I was just like, I want to do it, but I'm gonna wait till I get new nozzles, because I burned up a nozzle the other day pretty bad, and that's the nozzle I need for that print. So yeah, that's big, and it'll tell you about clean. I was like, and it was also no supports, made by the same people, clips together really well and strong. There's a couple parts where I'll probably add some glue. The legs don't move, so it's like a good background stationary prop, but the head turns and the gun in the front goes up and down, and that's about it. So I'm doing all these like hand gestures, like, oh, I'm over here. This looks like I'm just like spreading chocolate all over the inside of this boat. You want to ride in my chocolate boat? So they got some cool stuff. It's mostly I think it's all filament printer stuff. I don't know. Like I want to get a resin printer because I want to make some VATs for like science experiment type backgrounds. I'm working on a sci-fi background for one of my shelves, so I have the Metroid holder from the beginning of Super Metroid for Super Nintendo. Basically, it's a copy of the Amiibo setup, but I printed it and painted it muted colors, so they're metallic, but they're very like they're supposed to blend in the background and not be too intense to take view off the figures. And then I got a couple computer panels I printed, glued a couple of them together because they look better glued together, and did the same thing where you could tell when you look at it, hey, those are computer consoles, but they're not like detailed and painted. They're like all one or two colors because, you know, unlike this street scene, this is gonna, like the other side is like a tan with all the black wash, and this is gonna have the same thing going on. But and the other side has the centerpiece is red. So, but this actually was warped. It sat out in the sun too long, and learned something about plastic that day with filament printers. Is the generic claw does not like any sunlight whatsoever for long periods of time. So, well, I mean, I'm actually getting more keen to selling things that I print, because I've sold a few things like the Spider-Man water tower. I sold one to a guy for $100, but that's what he offered, which is fair because it was my first print, but he didn't want me to paint it or nothing, so I was like, that's cool. But I still didn't understand like how to charge for prints. So from what I understand, from what a couple people told me, is you would charge materials, and then you'll charge anywhere between $1 and $3 for every hour to print, to cover like your time, wear and tear on the machine, stuff like that. So like that ATS, it took 17 and a half hours to print, but it also had about $7.50 worth of plastic. So, you know, like let's just say whatever 2 times 17 and a half is plus the 750, you know, the thing is probably up there about $40. So, and to me that's reasonable, but other people would be like, ooh. It's like, well, that's just how it is, man. So I had a guy who wanted to buy one, but he was like $20. I was like, ha! I was like, you insult me, good sir. You insult me. You insult me. Alright, I think I got... Nope, we missed a spot. We missed a spot. I know no one would see it, but I'll know it's there. The paint's getting clunky, so we need to pour some more. It's kind of like people complain about custom figure prices because they don't bother comparing all of them. Exactly. They just go, oh, you made that out of this figure, which has cost this much money, and it's like, okay, well, you got to pay the artists for their time, their material, and their skills, because you know there's people who make this art incredible. You know, not as good as others, because I don't want to disparage an artist, but you know what I say. So some of those high hitters. Not really ever done it. I'm working on a Gohan right now, but it's taken on like 10 different forms, and it was a bootleg, so it was already hard to work with in the first place, and now it's like whatever. It's really laggy. Oh. Yeah, I see the quality kind of going crap over here. Could be my phone. Says excellent on my stream manager, so I'll try OBS next time. I just know my computer doesn't like it anymore, so I'll have to dig out a webcam. It's getting worse? Alright, well, it's probably my phone. My phone is literally a pile of dookie. Ooh, my phone is getting hot. So Sorry, dude. You know me working with type stream. I put this off like, oh, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, I think. And I was actually going to cop out of it today, but I made myself do it because I needed to get these done, and I felt like having people to talk to while I did it would help motivate me to do it. So, I mean, that's starting to look all right. And it's not like I'm shy. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty good at talking to people, but I've just been in my head about life. I don't know. You're a young dude. You probably kind of get like that sometimes. What am I doing with myself? What I want to do later? So, ooh, that looked like a chunky turd on the back of that boat. It looked like someone hit a wave and got scared. So, but it's nice to sit here and stream because I get to chat. Most of my friends are really, like, I don't have any IRL friends around here, so. Your voice was shaky? See, I don't know. I never really. Now, if you put me on stage in front of people to act in a play, I'd probably freeze up like, what the fuck do I do here? Probably shouldn't swear on my streams because I'm trying to turn these back into content, but if you guys are saying it's laggy, then we'll just keep it up as a live, and I will look for my web camera, and we will try to just get back to that. I have overlay I made, but I was afraid OBS wouldn't work, so. They're trying to silence me. That's funny. I've been pretty good about not leaving troll comments on people's channels. I don't watch anything that's... Watch a lot of science stuff or airplane investigation stuff because that's interesting. And ooh, that kind of looks good. It is kind of choppy on my side, although it says excellent. I don't know what the deal is, but we'll try OBS next time, maybe this weekend. Tomorrow I gotta film Spider-Man. That figure is so cool. The SHS Spider-Man from the Gamerverse, like, wow. I did a little short with it, and I used this weird, trippy, like, it's called, oh, what was it called? I don't know, but it does like this, like weird AI transformation thing where it takes your pose and your next pose and kind of like makes them look like they did something. And I'm like, it's cool, but I don't want to get used to using that because I don't like that kind of like type of stuff. Oh, his proportions are from the game though. Like, yoked out, tall mother effer. Even when I was younger, I was like, why is Spider-Man so big? You're looking like He-Man because he has the power. So. But even like, compared to my Marvel Legends, he still looks way better. So, I think that SAS, like honestly, I was messing with him while I was watching Spider Noir, which highly recommend. This is it's really cool. It's like, it's different. I liked it. And I couldn't really find anything wrong with the figure. I mean, I didn't mess with it more than like an hour while I was watching a show, but I really couldn't find any like major issues. I did have a kind of a hang up with the left shoulder where it seemed to want to get hung up in a weird, like when I would do like an outward position or up. So like, wish I had a figure here to show you. But if I put his arm up and back, it seemed to like want to get stuck, and then you can see the the screw or the bolt in the assembly for the shoulder because it's pretty unique. And I was like, that was like the only thing where I was like, all right, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Other than that, there was no nub mark blemishes or anything like that. And he felt really solid through and through, even around the crotch and the buttocks area and the upper legs, because you know how some SHs can get kind of weird up in there. He didn't have any problems with that whole like posing. Like, didn't feel like it was gonna break, or I know that was weird to say, but like that's the best way I could put it. His booty region worked perfectly fine. His spidey cheeks were fine. Had in a short. His spidey cheeks were fine as I'm painting a boat. But yeah, it is a pretty cool figure. I would say this though, the killing point on it is the price. The okay, so my only thing with Cyclops, he is a great figure. He just still seems short. His proportions are great. He just seems a little short. That's just a quirk of mine. Like, I should do a SHS like comparison video because well, I've been working on gathering footage, but I have that water diorama I made. I have all the video and stuff for that, so I just need to edit it together and what's it called? Do the voiceover, and it'll show like how I built the water diorama for if anybody wants to build. But I'm trying to keep it short, so it's got like 25 minutes worth of footage. You know, and I can speed certain sections up where you can see me making the waves. But I'm at the same time trying to go through and do a comparison because I have the original Super Saiyan Goku SHF from like 2010. It is an ugly ass figure. It has the worst posing. It comes apart super easy. It is just terrible. It looks weird, but it was the first Dragon Ball SHF Super Saiyan Goku. So I want to compare that one to the base. What's one is it? It's the base form Goku, but it's like 1.0 body. It's not the new one that's coming out. It's like, it's not Lois Born either. It's like before that. It's just, and they spelled Goku wrong on the box in English. So then I want to compare it to the 2.0 Super Saiyan and now the 3.0 Cell Games. I want to make that a nice video of just comparing like the progression of their engineering and kind of do like a retrospect at the same time, because I really love SH Figure Arts, although they do have problems here and there. It does. I haven't even opened mine yet, bro. Like, I bought it and it's just sat there since it came out. I have like a whole tote of figures I haven't even touched yet. All right, you know what we're gonna do? I think the paint's getting sticky, so I'm gonna finish up the bow right here. Does stream go back to normal? I can't tell. I'm just looking at the chat on my computer. That looks alright. What do you guys think? Hershey's Kisses? Chocolatey goodness? And then, so I'll tell you what, we're gonna set Homeboy aside right there. We are going to take our other cup, take a drink because it's freaking hot in here, and we are going to clean this guy like that. I probably should have brought something else to clean it, but looking good. All right, cool. That was kind of, well, it'll kind of get like this. So I'm going to go in with this over it. So, hey, worst case scenario, I just print another one, right? And then there's an extra boat for whatever. But it was a first attempt. So, but no, I appreciate the honesty. It's how we do it here. Even if you're like, it fucking sucks, bro. What? There goes my stream again, right? So I gotta get all this brown off of here. It's like sticking to the paintbrush. But we're gonna switch to this doodah, and we're gonna start with a black wash. And I didn't open this one, so. Now this one, what we're gonna do is, just gonna dump a little bit in there. That's probably too much, but we're gonna start at the top. This is gonna be really thinned down with water. And we're gonna let it run down naturally. Fill in all the cracks, all that stuff. On this side and this side too. There's a little bit of gray. I was like, screw it, I'll leave it like that. And then they are. You can if you use the super glue came undone. If you get like a see, this got really warped, so I'm basically doing this half-assed just for a set piece. I already started reprinting it, like I have this piece already done, but I was like, let me just not waste the plastic and the paint, so let's just keep going with it. But you can get a you can buy them on Etsy, like a texture roller. So if you're using like pink foam, you can just like roll the bricks on. You can see how uneven it is. And then we're gonna go here. Let us use this kind of work. It's a little small, but and that's a little dark, but. Paint don't like this water. See what I'm tapping on the side of the cup here? I'm watching how it runs down. So, and then I mean, I could print a foam roll texture plate too, because my mom actually asked me for one for her artwork, but I haven't printed it yet because I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm trying to find one. If I gotta pay for one, I'll pay for one, but let's just test it out. It is actually usually used for clay and stuff like that, but it also works really well in that pink foam. Oh, that's probably that's too dark. That came right up like it was nothing. All right, so add a little more water. Let's try that again. I need a bigger brush, but you see how I'm trying to get it to run down, give it that like natural streaky look. Let me go over here and grab a new brush real quick. Oh, wait. This one. No. Well, this one. Call this Big Bertha. Big Betty. The chat said the whole thing. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Just gonna let it get in the cracks. Let it run a little bit. Give it that brick look. So when this is all done, I'm gonna top coat it with flat and it'll look good. I might even come back in here with a little bit of gray and a sponge and do some chipping, as they call it, or dry brushing. Bam-ba-lam. Oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Ramatam. So yeah, this is, I forgot this might take forever to dry. When it does, I might have to like redo it like 10 times, so who knows. But this is an easy way to do bricks. Plus the paint I threw down is pretty. I had to stop. I heard this noise. I look over at my printer, like, what's that? And I go, oh, it's just the HVAC. All I need is like welders in the background and some saws, and we got the whole ambiance of the workshop, right? this doesn't ruin the brush. So that looks way better already. Like I said, not my best work, but when it's all said and done, you won't know the difference. And I was trying to find my rust weathering kit, and I couldn't. And I was like, damn it! I hope I didn't lose it. So let's go over here. Stretch it out. Yeah, that's looking better. Look at that. Nice and gritty. And I ruined it. So this was also printed with a 0.6 nozzle, so you can kind of see the layer lines a little bit, but it being in the background, unless you're like looking for it, you're really not going to notice it all that much. So sorry, I need to stay hydrated. And now here yeah, it's still wet. Let's go with, try to get the sides right here. And then from time to time, I'm probably gonna have to let it, see how it's pulling up, and I have to move it around a little bit. This is kind of the nature of wash. So, and then what we'll also do is we'll come in and add like a little bit in here. Like I'll probably do, can't do it right now, but it's already trying to do it in the corner, but what we'll do is let it pool up, and then we'll tilt it down like that. And then you get those like straight, those streaks from like an old building in like a downtown area, or it's rained for 50 effing years on a building, and the building's dirty as crap and it's grimy, and so all that stuff washes alongside the building, and you get that like washed rainy look. You know what, I might be able to use this tomorrow if I film. Tomorrow I'm gonna do photography first. Get my poses and photos section out of the way. I can use the other side. And I also can like lay it flat, so I can put the Spider-Man on the wall like he's crawling, and then I can just set a figure up and shoot like this way to get that kind of cool effect. Do it, bro. Get her done. Do the paint. See, this wash just got eaten up by that side. So, and you can see where it's starting to like dissipate a little bit, and it's not as prominent, but that's why you come back in and do it a couple times. And I went really thin with the wash just in case I ran into errors, you know, so you could fix it. Let's see here. My hands are gonna get all, yeah, on the inside there you can't even tell I put any paint, see? But it's actually, let's stir this up. It's probably getting a little, I want to be able to do like, let's see. I feel like I'm rushing this one, so the last one of these I took a long time to do all the weathering and stuff, so see, I'm trying to like pull it up. The reason why it's good to have it a little thin is you can like kind of guide it down so it has like that streak, and then it dries and you have that little grimy kind of shadow look to it. Although this one is not going the way I wanted it to, so let's add a little gravity to that water. Just soaking into that spray paint. And you can see where I had an error in the print because it warped, so there's like a gap right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little bit of red in there. I'll probably go ahead and fill that in with actual thicker paint. or I might go with, because I'm going to do some rust on this too, but I'm going to do posters along these walls, and then on the bottom, on the ground, I'm going to make a poster look like it fell over. So we have my pickle brand. It's a gag. It's a flaccid, spicy Pinots. Then Winky Dinky Plumber. We're definitely going to go with those because that's in universe for Junkpla. And then Long Taint will probably go on this wall. That's supposed to be a poster for a thing. And then the Lost Children of Atlantis, which is some weird... I was thinking of different types of bands. And I'll probably have that crumpled up on the ground. And then we'll do some missing posters. Specifically, we're doing Earl Stankins and Greg, the Lost Cat. So, maybe the missing cow, too. Or missing Hugh Jass. So... I'm hilarious. I'm in danger. And Greg. It says, watch out, he bites. And then the other one's like, lost dog, answers to shithead, but I was like, I probably shouldn't have it on there. But I want to do some, actually, let's, does this work? How would I do tagging? I feel like I need a pencil. I feel natural with a pencil. Should have bought some acrylic, those really freaking bright acrylic markers, but that would take away from this used ambiance. This one's like a... Oh shit, that just exploded everywhere. Oh, that's dry. Hold up. Oh no, it works. We got a bleeder. It's not even the right color. That doesn't go with it. More red. How about... Which one's this? Blue. Let's try blue. Shake it up. Shake it up. Alright, so, what am I going to write? This is going to be terrible. I seriously feel like I need to... Look at that. That was answered. I was like, I need a pencil. I'll write it in pencil first, and I'll go over it with paint. So, children, this stream's not for you, but if you're watching, don't sharpen your pencils with razor blades. Especially dull ones. Gee whiz. Yo! Alright, chat, you're gonna pick the name of the tagging. I need a sharp razor blade, that's for sure. So we can go like you is. Okay, what am I tagging? Is it a word or is it a weird symbol? Should I do one of my patented weird cat faces? I wish I had my airbrush set up. I'd just do a little one. So, or Sharpie. Hold up, let's see what the Sharpie looks like up here. Nah. What about J? Also, I thought about putting my logo in here somewhere, but then I thought that was like cliche as hell or a little on the nose. Actually, I just was like, that's lame. Like, who am I? But could maybe do a J. Can't really see it. Alright, let's go with... Oh, you know what? Let's just do paint. Let's just paint. Let's paint. The Ghostbusters, that's not a bad idea. What colors? What colors? So I have the J, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna look all blocky and dumb. And then I was gonna do some like weird little doodahs right here. So, Mr. J! So we got red, we got old timey posters. It's still got to look warped when it's done. And then it's gonna get flat coat. So I'm thinking, no, nobody tags in yellow. I wonder if I have like a blue. 1 second, I want to open the paint drawer. Alright, I got all these. And this one. So we can do not metal. No, I'm thinking maybe this one is turquoise. JP for Junkla? Alright. Do JP. I'm thinking these two. What do you guys think? Cyan. The closest I have to that is this turquoise, bro. Turquoise. Turquoise. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Like shit. Trying to see my pencil marks. The concentration is killing me. Fuck. Those lines and the print lines are gonna get me right there. I'm afraid that like paint's gonna drift through the lines. Let's go with Mr. J. Mr. J. Should have made a damn stencil, huh? I don't know. I was just thinking of this as we go along. Whoever suggested graffiti brought me back to that point. Was it Nick's? Was it Maul? Was it both of you? Was it all? I mean, that looks like shit, but I mean, whatever. Now I gotta like JP. Ooh, the P is not gonna go too well. Alright, that looks fine. I know you guys can't see the pencil. Oh, got the shakes. Someone needs a Snickers. What up? What up, baby metal? That's my boy right there. What's up? What's up? What's up, heavy metal? Come hang out with Gimpy? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That was a bad inside joke that I can't even talk about on this stream, but what's going on, heavy metal? Good to see you, bud. I'll tell him in private. I'm gonna have to read. I'm gonna try to turn this stream into content again. So, all right. All I'll say is Gimpy is the Alabama version of Golem. He has a straw hat and overalls, and he's a pervert. He's a big time pervert, borderline arrestable pervert. That's Gimpy. Is he from Alabama? Which state was it? This is technically a chat D&D thing. It's I mean, I guess it's kind of like D&D at that point. All right, question is, should I fill it in with a solid color or just leave it shitty like that? I guess he could be down there. I just figured he was a little southern, that's all. Like south, deep south. No, wait. If he's got overalls, he's a straw hat, and he's from the bayou, bro. He's from the bayou. Should I fill it in with pink on the inside of those? We can make this border wall a little thicker then. I should have tagged Gimpy. I should have wrote Gimpy. That would have been fucking hilarious. So what are you up to? I don't want to say people's real names, but heavy metal. Chat was dead today because I was consumed with work. I saw your fat cat or whatever that was, oh, fuck you, you fucking fuck. Edit that part out. I need some water. Look at that, saved it just a little bit. All right, let's let that breathe for a minute and let's get back to these sloppy washes. Hello, LJ. Turn in for that. I want to pop on the gremlin homie. Well, I'm glad you came by, dude. Thank you. I'm gonna have to put Gimpy on here somewhere now. See, the wash is starting to dry, so you get more of that definition. Also, though, it's starting to leave. No, that actually works, because you get, like, I don't know if you guys can see right here, but it's like where the water dried with the paint. It's got that, like, mark, but it looks good. Been here watching just quietly. You can join the chat. Oh, Gimpy's hilarious, dude. Like I said, he is borderline arrestable pervert. So he's basically Gollum's cousin. He's Smeagol's cousin from Lord of the Rings, but if he was from the south of America. So let's see here. Really feel like I could have done better with that, but all right, I need, oh shit, the FJHV. This version of the Precious, I can't say it on stream, dude. That's the thing, I can't say it, but it might have to do with a body part. Oh my god, I got dizzy. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It has to do with a body part. That's his precious. That's his obsession. I know I have another mixing cup around me somewhere. Oh, here we go. And then I need some water. I told you he's a degenerate. He's terrible. He's terrible. And my character in the group is like the big loser who can't remember. So it used to be a dark night, but I lost my brain, my mind, And so now I am a Dark Knight mage whose weapon is a staff with a rubber chicken on it, and when I cast spells, I generally cause more problems than do good, and they're from discount stores. So basically, heavy metal is the paladin, and I'm always getting him into trouble. That's kind of the trope in this D&D game. And then our other friend, his character is the serious one, is always pissed off at us. So I don't know, how many freaking pictures have we made for that, dude? There's like a whole, so far there's like a whole, like, chapter 1, I call them chronicles, but yeah, it's wild times. Gimpy custom win. I don't know. That would be terrible. Gimpy custom. Ugh. I forgot to do the little thing for the P in here. That looks like shit, whatever. This isn't meant to look that good. Or most of my spells are the magical equivalent of Viagra. They're assisting spells. It's hard to explain. It's ridiculous. That chat would get us in trouble. People are like, you guys are weird. It's funny though. Usually when we get rolling on that, I'm like laughing my ass off. It makes my blue days so much brighter. Oh, this pink does not want to go on well. It's just getting sucked into that gray. I didn't even think about that happening, but maybe I just need to lay it on a little bit thicker. Figure of the year. Not terrible. Problems epic. Yeah, exactly. You're laughing so hard we just had to stop. Well, me and heavy metal get going. That's why we're the Donkey Raiders. This looks like straight ass. Like, what the... Whatever. I'll just put a poster over it. This fluorescent, what? Magenta? Might need a couple of passes. Because the gray is absorbing it, so. And I ain't trying to make poofy paint either, so. That's funny though. Eventually when I get my stupid ass Lancer done and Tri-Seed gets his 30 minutes of fantasy zone, I want to do like a group post collaboration, but that's when I'll start adding in like the chronicles. The chronicles are very detailed, specifically prompted AI old school Victorian paintings of our shenanigans. So like when I casted Disco and Furnace for the spiders, and I surprisingly didn't light the cave on fire, but it was a giant disco ball shooting out fireworks and the spiders were amused, so now spiders are cool with our group. Big creepy spiders. That's like the picture I made. It says, what quest shall we go on? And it says spiders, spiders, more spiders, and it shows my character pointing at the more spiders, and the other two were like, for fuck's sakes, no. So it's funny. Well, thanks for coming by, bro. I really do appreciate it. It's good hearing from you again. I'll check out, when this stream's over, I'll check out those things you sent me. Take care, bro. Maul was one of the OGs that was watching my I think he was watching my game streams when I was doing 30 days of Dead Cells back in the day. Oh, this paint is dookie. Why did I let you guys talk me into this? I guess it's not meant to be perfect, but I wanted it to be perfect, so. And again, I've never been one to tag, so, or spell correctly, or even have good penmanship. I'm surprised I'm able to like paint pretty okay with this. I'm surprised I'm not like, oh my god, the chungus fungus. No, Gimpy's actually, he looks like shit, but he ain't a dirty, he ain't physically dirty. He's just a dirty dude. He's like Dirty Doug. He's just a dirty boy. I don't know, heavy metal is kind of like the main keeper of the Gimpy. So he would, and keeper, I mean like he's developed his personality more than the rest of us, so he could probably answer that better. Does he have the chungus fungus? Alright, I think what I should do is set this aside and let it dry a little bit, and what we can do here is maybe get back to the Hershey chocolate boat. If I had a sponge, I would do the concrete for the base of this, but that's all jacked up, so yeah, we're gonna let JP dry. We'll do that. This table's, it's all water based, so we're gonna set it over there. Actually, that JP don't look horrible. It's pretty lame though, but, and we have a sticky boat, so sticky boat's here. Shotgun. A blunderbuss. There's a blunderbuss. What in the hell, Bobby? I can't do that voice. Eventually, I should start that Lancer. It looks so cool. Alright, let's... It's kind of... It's a little sticky, so I'm kind of wondering if adding this right now is going to cause any problem. You know what, let's I didn't even do the bottom yet. Let's practice right here on this because I can already pays that. Come back there. The one ring to rule them all is a lower body region unit ring. Did I check it out? Check out my ring, baby. I can't use that for content later. That looks like shit too. It's because it's wet. That's why. That's why. The One Ring wasn't created by Sauron or Celebrimbor in this world. It was created find a day 6 dungeon owner. Greg the Ringmaker. Or is it Greg's the cat? We need a different name for the Ringmaker. It's supposed to be Precious or Smeagol, but it's mixed. My version is mixed with a little bit of Stitch, so it gives it that Gimpy vibe, because Gimpy's a new character. I thought I've explained this to you, my dear. My girlfriend's watching this, probably going, what the fuck? Alright, that's kinda giving me that look I'm looking for. Maybe. Like I said, this ain't gonna be my best work. It'll look good when it's all flat coated. Actually, this paint will actually look pretty good when in there. On my side, as the light's blaring in, so I have this like lazy, shiny, glossy look until I like turn it to the side. But let's test it with, where do those oars go? There they are. Yeah, see, it's got like a shine to it I need to get rid of. Alright, man. I'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same bad channel. Sleep well, my friend. Let's see. I've been streaming for what? Like an hour? Okay. I'll keep going a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. I've enjoyed this. We'll have to do this again this week. Alright. Okay, the JP ain't that bad. It's not that bad. That's alright. Get some the Popeye. I know it is. One piece figures. I should print another one of these, but make it really big, skinny it out, chop it in half, print it 2 pieces, make a mast to build like a mini sailboat. I could do that. Ooh, that was the bottle of paint, I swear. Max, you alright, buddy? He's all laying on top of the exercise bike. Too much. Oh, that's starting to look pretty good. Yes, I'm loving it. Dry brushing is a great technique for any type of prop painting. Except for right there, a little too much. Ooh, I see a gray spot. I don't like that. Let's get that. Let's get her done. Oh, hey, buddy. What you doing? Come here. What's the matter? I don't know if you guys heard him, but he's crying. What are you doing, bud? Come here. Hi. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're so pretty. The handsome lad. Yes, I know you are. Okay, well, that doesn't give you a reason to attack my hand, guy. Come on, dude. He's like, rawr. Ooh, 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 ooh. A little too much paint. He's gonna jump up here in a second, watch. He is in here. He's just, come here. Come on, up on my lap. Come on. Come here, come sit down. Come here. What are you doing, bud? He just wants pets. Come here. Yep, he did that famous thing where he sits in front of me and sticks his butt in the air. And then rolls over and licks himself because he's all happy. You guys kind of had me question myself there with that boat there in the beginning. Especially in malls, like, I feel like it's a little too dark. And I'm like, I kind of agree with you. But I figured I'd be able to save it with this lighter brown, but I just fucked up the spot. Well, I can fix that with, like, I am going to do a black wash on this too. So let's go back to the front. And we're going to add some streaks here. So that looks pretty good like that. I see you getting ready to jump up here, dude. There's a lot of paint. You get all yucky. Is that Mina over there? I can't tell. Trust the process, right? I need to. I don't know. I think lately I've just been in this like slight creative lump. Creative slump, not lump. And everything I've been doing doesn't seem good enough. But it'll do. I will say adding this shade of brown in is really bringing it back around for me. Although I can see like a lot of gray that I didn't paint back there, so we'll have to get back in there and do that. Oops. Oops. That looks like a big old clump of brown. So, and I'm not sure if these were supposed to be metal or not, so, but they probably have to be, and I'm just goofing this whole thing up. But no, this boat's gonna need like a couple different things going on still. Like, in fact, I'm probably gonna stop with this shade of brown right now and let it dry some more, because I can see where I need to get back in there and paint dark brown back in here, because you'll never see when I take a picture unless you're looking like specifically right there with the light. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I don't like to leave, excuse me, blank spots. Like, I want to know I painted the whole thing, even things you'll never see. I feel like some of this side here needs a little more darker paint application, especially like right in here. And then I want to get this bottom all painted up just because. But I am liking that the lighter shade of brown, which is raw sienna. Is that sienna? Yeah, raw sienna on top of the burnt umber. I think that's a good combo, especially for a wet boat that's seen better days. So we'll just set that over there for right now and get back to this guy. So we're gonna have to do some more. Do you want to go inside, bro? Or is he chasing a bug? I'm gonna try to do, there we go, get like a run like that. to give it that streaky, wet look. But the paint also, I used a different primer. Usually I use automotive primer because it'll fill in the lines and the gaps, but this one didn't. I'm gonna go over it with other stuff to make it look grimy, like it's been there. I just, it's not the kind of tagging I would have wanted, what I want to see there, but it'll work. It's not supposed to be perfect, and it's my style, so I don't know why I'm being crappy with myself about it. So this came along pretty well. I was quite surprised, but it's definitely getting between the boards and coming out the bottom, as you can see this pool right here. So I need to make a rust wash, like a dirty metal. It's the HVAC, bro, chill. It's the AC dude. Hey, it's okay. Hang on, I think he wants to go inside. Wanna go inside? Come on. I'm so scared of everything. Come on. All right, I will leave the door open for the cat. So, see, there, it's definitely coming out down there, but that's to be expected with all the dripping. I don't hate the JP. I'm gonna go back to that. I don't hate it, but it needs some grime around it. Maybe some, I'll use some Nolan oil, maybe give it that like greasy oil stain look around it or something. But I feel like this black is a little too thin for right here. I want to make it just a little thicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add just a little spot on the brush itself. I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to take the other brush, I'm going to smudge it around right there. I'm going to get this one wet. Oh, let me see if I'm doing this right. And then I'm going to dot it in. So what'll happen, if I did this right, is the water will follow itself. It's still drying out lighter than I anticipated, so we're just gonna get the whole side, like one big shit streak. This is one of those things that with washes I've done like this, it takes a couple of tries, a couple passes. It's never perfect, but it works out in the end. I think for the sake that I'm streaming, I'm like hoping it does it in the first go, so I'm not like leaving y'all with an incomplete project, because that would bug me. But in the end, it'll still have that charm and stuff like that. So, and then I can use this to get on this side because I haven't touched this side yet. But it definitely needs a little bit of the rust wash, or it's like a makeup kit. The rust, it's like a very dark orange rust, almost like if it was mixed with metal particulates, not a fresh, nice orange rust. And then I'll add soot to it, and it's like a powder, like a makeup kit for, I forget what you get. What, I don't mess with makeup, so I don't know. But maybe I think it's like eyeshadow or something like that. It's like the little ones, and you can smear it on and really work it in there. It makes nice, good smudges and stuff that looks like the real deal. See, that's not bad. It definitely could be worse. So. Yeah, eyeshadow. I was about to say foundation, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. To use eyeshadow a lot with clay. Okay. Does that help with like coloring it or something? Something I'm unaware of as a technique. Yeah, this is right here is getting absorbed really crazy. Like, what's going on with that? Ooh. Yeah, see, I forgot to do the sides. Good thing this spray paint I used is really on there. I think it's enamel based because the acrylic in the water is bouncing right off it. See, that looks way better. Maybe before you bake it, make things look old or rusty. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Good to know. I used to play with baking clay all the time. Tried making my own like Nightmare Before Christmas style animation puppets with baking clay and baling wire, I think it was. I don't know what happened. I think I gave up on the project. I was in a weird age where one minute I like doing my nerdy things, and the next minute I was like, to go outside, ride dirt bikes and shit. Well, not dirt bikes, but like quads, four-wheelers. Yo, that black does not want to absorb into that much, does it? A shimmer or shadow shot? That's cool. That'd be really cool. So you can have like, kind of like adding like, not glitter per se, but kind of like glitter or something. I don't like that. Let's, you're back. Welcome back, bud. I do want to add one poster because I want to set it up like around here because I want it to get messy and nasty. So let's go with I think we should do one of these band posters. Should we do the McGee's Live, Duck Butter, or Duck Butter with the McGee's? That's what I'm thinking. Because these longer ones will go on the side right here. Or should I do Greg? Should I throw Greg up there? No, let's throw up. Yeah, I made up some band name called Duck Butter and the McGee's. So I see Duck Butter. Where's my camera? Duck Butter and the McGee's. Does it show it? I'm looking over my screen. So yeah. Those were the band names I made up. Let's go with Let's go with this one. Or should we do the Winky? What is the plumber one? Winky Dinky Plumbers. Let's do Winky Dinky Plumbers. Winky Dinky or Mad Malone. Oh, this one, I think I should say Winky Dinky so it actually looks nice. Let's throw Mad Malone up there. I should make a Mod Podge mix real quick, but it's just sad because I come up with all these ideas while I'm working, so. And we're going to Champion of the People, Mad Malone. Oops, hold up. Should have a paper cutter for this. My carb not carb. What am I trying to say? Like that. Now it's time to make some Mod Podge mix. What I'm doing this one. Actually, you know what? Just use this old stank ass water. Okay, so I need. Oh, that stuff smells like paste from like. I have flashbacks of like kindergarten. It smells like paste from back in the day. Let's go with. I don't need a lot. That should be enough. Now the kicker is to use. I have gloss, but I'm gonna try matte because I figured gloss will look good, but then it's gonna be shiny, and then I'm gonna have top coat anyway. So I'm just gonna go with matte. I hope it doesn't like bleed the ink on the thing. So now for this, you want the consistency of milk, but because I want the picture to come through, I'm really thinking I probably shouldn't, but. Here's what we'll do. I wish I had tweezers right now. Tweezers would be great. So I think that's a good position here. Let's check it out real quick. Figures will stand here. They're in the 6-inch range. You don't want a poster that's unrealistically too high. So maybe right there. I think that's good. It's going to get covered and overlapped with other ones too, so. This is the worst paintbrush on the planet. I mean, and my print is done, letting me know that this stream is close to being over. So, it seems to be on there. We want the edges to be lifted a little bit to give it that lifelike it's peeled. Because I think we used to call it weed paste. But it was a thing we would put posters on in high school, and it was a bitch to get them off. So. I think that looks pretty good. I can see it trying to come through the paper, so we'll just do that. I'm gonna experiment with something real quick. No, that was a bad idea. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't want to lift all the stuff up. So try to let it soak in a minute, and then we're going to lift the excess off of this Q-tip thing and then pat it down to do that. Nasty old shit look fine. Actually looks kind of good. It's starting to get worn, so maybe this consistency worked out for just this one, but I think we're going to have to go a little thinner on the other ones down the road here when we go on this side. And then yeah, that's looking good. It's smearing the ink from the inkjet, but whatever. Yeah, see, it's kind of getting all over the thing, so. That'll work though, that'll work. And then we're gonna just peel the edge right there. We're gonna let that dry and see how that turns out. But I made way more Mod Podge than I needed. So, shit. Let's go with, is this dry yet? I guess we could do, I think like, long taint, live and uncensored. Yeah, let's do, that's gonna bug me. That looks like sheep. Well, Mad Dog Malone was a bad idea, but it just bled the thing. So I will have to look up how to do that so it doesn't smear too bad like that, but it also made it look kind of like rustic and nasty too, so that's always good. Should have done that to the other side. Let's see. Let's go with, hang on a second. I'm sorry y'all, I need to make sure I have my alignment set up really well. So I'm gonna have papers and stuff crumpled up and down here. I'm gonna have one poster like laying on the ground where it's like half against the wall and half on the floor. That like wadded up because it's wet and dirty. This looks like absolute shit right here, but whatever. I think we should do some like wanted posters right here. A cat, another one next to each other. I think that'll look good. And then we'll do long taint right here. And some other posters right here, and then we'll do the rust and the water dripping. This is gonna get warped. Not warped, but it's gonna get some weathering, like water degradation on it or something. I don't know if I even used the right word on that. So that's not too bad. I think this mixture is too much. And I think adding any posters to this side or this side right now is going to cause this black ink or paint to come through. So what I think is we're going to call it on this piece right now. Right now we're just going to call it this piece. But just because I'm here, let's get a little bit of that streaking done on this thing. And then not tomorrow. Because I want to finish this on, maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Maybe the Spider-Man thing won't get done this week. I don't know, this takes a lot of extra work. But, or at least I'll film it so I can add it to content later. But we're going to come in with a sponge and do the, I wish I had a sponge. Actually, you know what? I think I got a sponge real quick. I do. For the sake of the stream and to keep the content together, we're going to use this nasty, crappy sponge. So, with that, we'll take this, get rid of it. This one we're going to get rid of. Goodbye. We need a new one because we have to technically use a dry brushing technique, but with a sponge, like sponging. This is how you can do chipping too on like a model kit. If anyone is interested in this, you can use this on the edges of stuff. I would suggest a dish sponge, but it'll give you that chipped look. So if you had like your say you had a nice white paint job on your robot, and around the knees and the shins and ankles, you wanted like that metal chipping look along the edges of the parts that would be normally worn out. A sponge works great, or you can take a brush itself and be really careful, but make sure you're using the dry brush technique, which basically is getting most of the paint off your brush. So, and that's the exact same color as that. So this might be weird, but let's get her going. So you want to get as little as possible on there, so when you go in and you tap it, it will give you the texture of what you need for the thing. But this is too dark. Or it's not too dark, it's the same color. This one's lighter, so this one might work better. I'm not a professional, although I've been building miniatures and stuff since I was a wee lad. Look, little cat hair. So you can come in and see how it, I don't know if you can see, but it's gonna leave this little pattern, and you're gonna go around and kind of do that, but that's a little too much, so that's too much too, but we're gonna go in there and try to make it work. This is the worst kind of sponge for this, but and then I need white, a little bit of white. Let's see. Had white, it was just here. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll just use this gray for right now. So just do this whole. At first it looks like trash, but after a while of doing it a couple times, a couple passes with varying different colors of gray, you'll start to get that, concrete textured look. The sponge is terrible though. See, it doesn't go into it the way like I want it to, and it's leaving like almost like blocks opposed to the other look. Let's try. You can use a brush too. You can be like, you can stab it and get that effect. Not the best technique to use a brush like that, but it works. So let's try that again. So you want to get as much paint off of it as possible, but at the same time you want it to transfer. That's a little better. But at the same time, this is not the kind of sponge I'd like to use for this. But also there was holes right here. That was for a railing. The other side has the railing installed. I didn't want a railing on both sides because they would look almost exactly the same. So I went with filling them in with some really old millie put, and it dried when I was not paying attention. So this looks like crap, and I was trying to make a crack in the ground. And yeah, so, and see this, like I said, you get like dry brushing with this particular sponge seems to be just terrible for me, because you're trying to get that pattern, but then the sponge itself Just like, it'll either go too much or does nothing at all, and it's kind of mind-boggling. So I like highly suggest like a cheap dish sponge, as I said, you know, it's better. It's better. Or big nasty like cheap brush. Yeah, see that poster is lifting up really weird. So let's go with, what side did I use? Let's go with this side. Now I'm gonna practice on the side to see if that's, well, maybe that's better. But see, it's like doing that thing again where instead of it being evenly spread across, it's like, because this is so much more like porous and weird, I feel like it's doing that again, so I have to like streak it. In the case of trying to be fast and efficient, this is the worst sponge. See, now I have all this, but I can go back in with the other paint that's the same color, and you know, kind of, if it does it. But anyway, that's how you would do that. Again, these sponges are terrible. It's actually quite frustrating at the moment. So, well, let's try to keep her going. We need to get it done. Like, honestly, I want this all top coated and ready for filming by Wednesday night. I also shouldn't press so hard. That would be probably another thing I shouldn't do. And these are glued together already, which is a big mistake. They were printed to go in separate, but because they're warped, I was like, I need to glue it together, and I'm regretting doing that because I'm trying to avoid getting this look on this part right here. This sponge is not it's not it. It's not the thing. But it'll get that concrete look eventually. This is just not a good sponge for this. If I had a just sponge, I could go in there and grab. I thought I had some in my car from the dollar store for when you're moving out of the apartment and cleaning it, but I guess they got used. Even though I set one aside to not be used, but you know, ill prepared. Ooh. And there's a split too. It's like kind of a delamination, but that was mostly because it sat in the sun a little longer than I anticipated to dry. Because this was that primer I was telling you about earlier in the stream, that regardless of how much I shook that can up, no matter how much I prepped it, the primer felt sticky, and still it's been 2 weeks since I painted this and it still feels a little sticky. Not really sticky, but more, you know, on the tacky side. So, I mean, I guess that's the same thing. We've got a goober right there. Dry paint coming out of that. Yikes. So we'll practice the side. And I'm going to come back in here with a little bit of a darker gray. In fact, I could probably add a little, just a dab of black to this gray and make the gray that I need. And then this crack right here, I'm gonna probably do something where I add what's up, dude? How's it going? I'm probably gonna add a little resin to get like maybe a water puddle effect. I don't know yet, maybe. I'm really not liking this sponge, I'll tell you that. Sponges. Straight booty. How's it going, man? What have you been up to? Get on there. Thanks, man. To be honest, this one's low expectations for me right now, but the heck is that? Oh. I'm in the garage, you can hear all the noise. The true workshop vibes. The computer hates OBS, so I'm just going with my phone. Playing some Mega Man X1 through 2 randomizer. Right on. I'm gonna shut your brain off. Yeah, congratulations being done with school. Fuck, that's such a good feeling. I remember when I was kind of at that point too, or it was close to that. It was freaking crazy. It was a good feeling. That's an accomplishment. I mean, getting through fucking college and shit. That's good shit right there. Officially done. Congratulations. And you did it while watching this stupid ass stream. That's even bigger feat. This is looking Duke Meister. We'll get in there with some other paint though. Sponge is completely just the S word. Try not to swear because I really want to turn this into a VOD afterwards. Or when the culmination of these streams for this build is done. I am making a place for my Spider-Man to feel like Spider-Man. It's an exact replica of the shithole East Coast city, New York. No offense to anyone from New York, that's a joke. I'm from the West Coast, so I can tell you about a million shithole cities there, so. Except for San Diego. San Diego is nice. Can't beat it. Oh, that looks so bad. This sponge is booty. Oh no. It looks like someone dropped a can of paint on the bitch. I'm on the last episode. I'm going to finish it after this stream, actually. I have a bad headache because I'm depriving myself of the junk food I usually eat because today was the first. And went and did my exercise and trying to eat better so I can tell my brain's like, I want some carbs, bro. And I'm like, okay, like, that's great and all, but good. Fuck yourself. Might have a piece of cheese or something. Not that I should be eating cheese because my arteries are so fucked up. High blood pressure. Especially for my age. Well, I mean, that doesn't look horrible, but fucking A. I mean, I don't know. It's not even really dieting for me. It's just I eat because I'm bored. Other than that, I don't like food that much. So, because I'm at home working all the time. You know, if I was actually like, I notice when I'm like physically doing something, I'm not hungry. Like I don't even, food doesn't even cross my mind. But it's like when I'm doing absolutely nothing is when I'm like, oh, let me go eat some chips and some crackers. And Let me clog my arteries that are already clogged. Oh, that was too much pain. Too much pain. But yeah, it's good to diet and work out and do all that stuff. Shit, that's too much pain. I'm actually gonna work my way up to like fasting for 12 hours once a week to help burn off this visceral fat faster, because that's what'll do it. Because I've done it before, but I don't know, cortisol's a bitch. You know, you get stressed out and your fucking body makes fat because of fucking hormones. And then people in therapy are like, well, just stop letting things stress you out. It's like, okay, here's an idea of what will not stress me out. Me not having to go to work and pay for fucking bills. And actually do something with my life, like maybe study black holes, because they're fucking cool. Because they're just crazy cool. Like, I don't know. The more we learn about them, the cooler they seem. Like, get this. Gravity is so dense that time probably does not even exist within inside one. If you weren't spaghettified. So technically, if you could get your ass inside of a black hole, you could live forever. Sorta. Oh, number one thing for me was cutting out Kalo, and edit this part out. Don't put this in your VOD. But like alcohol consumption, like that's what made me fat, really, and lazy, and fucked my body up. It made me mentally miserable all the time. So like just not doing that. I mean, I'll still have a drink once in a while, but I mean, like, not being, like, habitual has definitely helped with my mood. I mean, granted, I still have issues, like we all do, but I know I'm, like, less prone to being angry for long periods of time, and I'm able to, like, not wallow so much. I mean, lately I still kind of get down on things, but I'm just getting old. I feel like I should still look like a sexy young man. Nope, 40. I still act like a child. I mean, come on, I made a Southern Smeagol with my homie in my D&D group. Named Gimpy. Alright, that looks like concrete, kinda. If you haven't hit 40 yet, you can't call yourself old. But yes, we're old. That's true. Although I'm glad I'm much different than I was 20 years ago. Fuck that guy. That guy's a pill. That don't look bad. That'll work. Fucking Mad Dog Malone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a new formula for that poster thing. Or maybe I'm gonna have to like spray the posters with top coat before I try to glue them on, because that really just smeared the ink. That came out alright. But if you got one, do it. That's fun. I'm trying to like slowly getting into actually modeling parts, because I know there's a particular industrial part that if I can get it right, I can sell it for half of what they pay for the one they have now, and it'll actually work better. But it's just designing the motherfucker in 3D and then printing it with the right materials so it works right. But all right, so that's where we're at with this right now. Here's where we're at with the stinky little boat, little Popeye boat, little Goofy boat. But Yeah, we made dude progress. I need to go to sleep though, so I'm an old fart who needs to go to bed early. Although I'll probably stay up till like 11 watching TV. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'll stream tomorrow. Finish this up. Get this all done. Yeah, there's some. It's no longer a Hershey boat. It's a getting there looking boat. And then, yeah. Just need to add the rust in, get a couple more pictures up, and we'd be good. So yeah, thanks for everyone who came by the stream. Appreciate it. Do the Nicolas Cage thing. And yeah, I'll definitely be doing it again tomorrow. Get my watch hours up too, because aiming for that 1K goal by the end of the year. So, but I think that Mod Podge was a little too thick there. It bled out the inkjet printer. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna have to Google that. That'll be my research for bed. But anyways, peace out, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.